I'm going to improvise something, and I'd like you to sit back and just listen. Sit back and let all of your digital audio tension melt away into the infinite space. Sorry to wake you up from your meditation, but it's actually time to wake up and realize that the EVD6 is much more than a clavinet. What you just heard was the EVD6 played through some channel strip settings. And yeah, it sounds like some kind of new age harp. And that's what's so cool about the EVD6, because in the previous chapter, it was a psychedelic guitar. Let me show you what it sounds like all by itself. I'm using the picked model, and I've adjusted the pickup positions, and I've changed the string decays, and, kind of adjusted all of the usual suspects, and came up with this kind of electronic harp sound. I even added some compression to give him more sustain. And I put some phasing, but I could have used flanging or chorusing. But notice what I did do is I changed the effects order, right? You can change the order of distortion, modulation, and wah by clicking on these buttons down here, right? Modulation is coming before distortion in this setting. And I have no wah-wah effects, right? Because I've selected off here in the mode. And I've given the string a little bit of decay and release. But one thing we haven't really talked about yet is the excitation of the string. So what is excitation? Well, strings just don't vibrate by themselves. They have to be struck or plucked or picked, right? Well, that's the excitation. And you can change the shape and the brilliance of that excitation. And you can add clicks to the excitation. Clicks are a big part of a clavinet sound. Setting the excitation is like setting the attack of our sound. But if we want to set the decay and the release, we have to go over here to the string settings. The filter settings, when you activate the switches, will emphasize what is written on the switches themselves, and the pickups flip the pickups beneath, below, or above the strings. It produces a different kind of sound. You'll have to experiment with that one. There's also a warmth control. And what that does, as you can hear, stretches the octaves. If you take it too far, they just sound sharp. Now, what I've added to this sound was the flanger. I could have used the internal flanger on the EVD6, but I wanted some phasing. Then I added some stereo delay and some Space Designer reverb. And there's my new age harp. Just like any knob on any of Logic's soft synths, you can perform the movement of pickups in real time. You can accomplish this by assigning a MIDI controller to any of the 3 nodes on each of the 2 pickups. You can also use automation to control the position of the pickups. Try it. If you're getting too much clicking sound, you can soften both the shape and take off some of the brilliance. Which really smooths out and softens the attack. However, if you like it brighter, hit the treble button. Of course, if there's nothing bright in the sound, add some brilliance so that the treble will do something. I love the way that sounds. It's so sparkly. If you want to change the model, it won't affect any of the settings that we just worked so hard to create. This is the wood setting. It has a unique hollow quality to it and resonates like a xylophone or a marimba. There are millions of amazing sounds locked underneath the faceplate of this soft synth. So get in there and experiment, and most of all, have fun. This is Steve H., and I'll see you next month.